Welcome to the Landmark Sports Show with John and Anthony, broadcasting to you live from Landmark High School, Tuesday, September, what is today? The 19th.
19th.
How's everybody doing out there?
Hey, how you guys doing? How about you, John?
Doing good, doing good. I'm excited for today. We're going to talk a lot of UFC and NFL. We're really going to focus on those, right?
Yep.
You want to kick us off with the UFC action?
Sure. All right, so UFC Fight Night in Pittsburgh, Rockhold versus Branch. The main event was Luke Rockhold, the former UFC and Strikeforce middleweight champion, facing off against former World Series of Fighting middleweight and light heavyweight champion David Branch, who had not had a loss in 5 years prior to the Rockhold fight.
Wow.
All right, so first round, Branch comes in aggressive. He's tagging Rockhold with some good shots, and Rockhold's not defending himself. So Branch ends up taking Rockhold down. Luke gets back up to his feet. Then he takes Branch down to end that round. I mean, of course, from the sound of it, you could tell that Branch won that first round.
Yeah, but it sounded like a lot of action for a first round, huh? They really came out going after each other?
Yep. And then second round, Luke Rockhold takes down David Branch, gets to full mount. Then he starts landing some ground and pound. Then, excuse me, Branch gets on his... So Branch, he gives up his back, and Rockhold just continues to land some good ground and pound. Huge shots that eventually makes David Branch tap out.
Wow. So when you told me about this, I was surprised because you don't usually hear a lot about guys tapping out from punches, do you?
Not really. I mean, I don't even remember the last time that happened in the UFC.
Do you think guys now? I mean, all the UFC fighters are tough, right? And you're getting punched in the head. You have all the right to tap out. But do you think UFC fighters are going to look at him like that was kind of a soft move to tap out from punches, or no?
No, because Branch, he was surviving for a while, and he was taking some huge shots from the bottom. I mean, when you look at this, if you're going to take a lot of shots from the ground, then yeah, eventually you might tap out. I mean, it happened with Forrest Griffin when he tapped out to Rashad Evans due to punches. So no, I don't think people are going to take him as a joke now.
Yeah, I wonder too if like with concussions and stuff, you know, they talk about a lot in the NFL, CTE.
Yeah.
I wonder if like MMA fighters are going to be more cognizant of that and like protecting their head and not wanting to take blows like that.
Yeah, I would say most likely. I mean, Anthony Johnson retired. He didn't want to keep getting punched.
Rumble
retired.
He was one of my favorites, except for El Terror.
Yeah, but El Terror's number 3 in the rankings.
Yeah, he's coming up.
All right, so the result, second round submission due to punches. Your winner, Luke Rockhold. Welcome back, Luke.
What do you think's next for him?
I think what is next for him, he says he wants to fight in November at Madison Square Garden. So you could give him 2 opponents. One, you could give him Yoel Romero, who's coming off a loss to Robert Whittaker from July. And those two have never faced each other before. Now, the second option is you give him a rematch with Chris Weidman. Weidman, as you know, as I talked about last week, he beat Kelvin Gastelum by a 3rd round submission.
Right.
And then, yeah, so Weidman wants to fight the top contenders. And you give him Rockhold, he's right back in the title picture.
So do you think that they might put that card in November, MSG, or not necessarily?
That fight?
Yeah.
I think they could.
Yeah.
I think they could.
So that brings us to that fight, right? So Ann was just telling me about this MSG card coming up in November. A lot of exciting fights. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yup. So we have 3 title fights. I'll start from the bottom and the top. So number 1, the first title fight is a women's strawweight title fight between the champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk, or Joanna Champion, and her opponent will be Rose Namajunas. Yep.
Any relation to Amanda?
What do you mean?
Amanda Nunes?
Oh, no, she's not going to fight on that card.
No, but any relation? Was that her last name's Nunes?
No.
What's her last name?
Who? The champion?
No, the other one.
Oh, Rose Namajunas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not, she's not in any way compared to Amanda Nunes.
She's not as good?
No.
My bad.
Well, I mean, she is fighting for the title, so give her respect there.
You think she has a chance?
No.
No.
Nobody has a chance against Joanna now.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No.
All right. The second title fight is a bantamweight title fight between the champion Cody Garbrandt and former UFC bantamweight champion T.J. Dillashaw.
Oh, that sounds like a good one.
That's gonna be fight of the night.
Yeah.
Already, it's gonna be fight of the night.
You calling it?
Yep. Both guys do not like each other. They do not like each
That
other.
always makes for a fun fight. A little bad blood in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys the story another week
Oh,
between the two.
I'm excited for that. Next week?
Yeah.
All right, don't leave us hanging too long.
All
We'll
right.
have story time with Ant. We'll have a new segment.
Yep. All right. So, you want me to announce my pick for that fight?
Yeah.
Okay. I love both guys, but if I had to pick, I would say T.J. Dillashaw.
Yeah.
I think he will win by either a decision or a 5th round TKO.
Okay. So you think it's gonna go pretty far?
Yeah. What do you think, John?
Tell you what, I'm not gonna make my pick yet. I got until November.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna do a little research.
I knew you were gonna say that.
So I'm gonna we'll wait till one of our late October shows, then I'm gonna release my picks. We'll do that whole card when it comes closer.
Yep. All right. And the final title fight. This is the main event. The long-awaited return of former UFC welterweight champion George Rush St. Pierre. Rush is his nickname. He will be going up to 185 to fight Michael the Count Bisping for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world.
Not a great nickname, Rush. What's that about?
Well, I mean, he just likes to rush in. His name is George Rush St. Pierre.
Yeah.
I like the nickname.
I don't know. The Count is better.
Yeah, you're just mad because your nickname came from a guy who was on steroids.
That's true. That's a good point.
All right, but not going to give away my prediction for that fight.
No, we'll get into it a little bit later.
All right. So that leaves it to the NFL now.
NFL time.
NFL
My
time.
favorite time.
Yep.
So this past week, Ant beat me. He was 2-1 in our games of the week. I was 1-2. We both got the Chiefs right?
Mm-hmm.
The Giants let us both down.
Wow.
And we'll get to that in a minute. We'll let you do a little recap. And then I had the Packers and Ant had the Falcons. That was really the deciding game. So he called it. He won it fair and square. On the year, Ant's 8-9. I'm 9-8. So I got one game on you.
Yeah.
But it's certainly close. You want to talk a little bit about that Giants game last night?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, to give the people a little.
Yeah. All right.
little feed.
So if you guys don't know who the Giants played last night, they played against the Detroit Lions, and they played at MetLife Stadium. What is going on?
I don't know.
What is going on?
What's up with those Giants?
You don't even like the Giants, and yeah, you're surprised.
I'm surprised. I thought they were going to be good.
What is going on?
You know what it is, I think? The
What?
offensive line. Their offensive line is just doing terrible.
Where's Victor Cruz at? Why'd they have to release him?
Yeah, put him at guard.
If they would have kept Victor Cruz, I think they would be at least 1-1 right now.
You think?
I think so.
So what, like Brandon Marshall's not living up to the expectations?
No,
I heard he had a
not.
big drop last night. I didn't watch the end, but
Yeah, he had a huge drop. It was just pathetic.
get it together, Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, old Grandpa Marshall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not this week. Don't get it together this week. Wait till after the Eagles game. Then you can get it together.
No, get it together this week. Get it together Sunday against the Eagles. Come on.
What about Odell? So I saw he played, but I saw he wasn't super effective. You
Nah,
think
he
he's still
really
hurt?
wasn't.
Still hurt a little bit?
Yeah, it wasn't really on his game. I don't know what's going on with him.
I think he worries too much about his hair and not enough about football.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dude, you're in a sport. You made your commitment to football.
Yeah.
Get your head straight,
Right.
man. Stop trying to be cocky.
Yeah, he thinks he's like really cool.
Even Richard Sherman is not cocky, and I'm surprised by that one.
Right. Yeah.
Because remember, I think it was like one time he was cocky by something he said in the press
Yeah.
conference that was really
I
funny.
remember that was a couple years ago, right?
That was hilarious.
He was like yelling into the microphone.
Hey, but they still won the Super Bowl that year.
It's true. He's got a ring.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. You need to stop being overconfident and focus on the actual game.
Yeah.
I get your hair looks cool and all, but still, come on, man. Focus
Grow-
on the game. Eli needs you.
Grow up.
Exactly. Thank you. Grow
Yeah.
up. Grow up. Don't punch the wall. Don't make a giant hole through it. And don't try to start fights with Josh Norman.
There, we just fixed all your problems. We fixed all the Giants' problems. And their offensive line is terrible. That's a little harder fix. So what about the Eagles game?
Why did I ever agree to do the show with him? I'm just kidding.
You want to talk Eagles?
Sure. So, the Eagles right now, they're actually living up to their expectations so far this season. Because I remember you were telling me before we filmed for the first week that you expect the Eagles to they should have a good year. They should be really well, and so far they're living up to it.
Yeah, I've been happy the first couple of weeks. They had a good win at Washington. This week, the Chiefs, I think, are really, really good. You know, I think if anybody is going to push the Patriots in the AFC, it's going to be the Chiefs.
Yeah, oh man, that was the best game of the week.
Which one?
Chiefs against the Eagles. That was the best game of the week.
It was good. And the Eagles almost pulled it off. They're down 14 at the end. They score, got the onside kick. It was exciting. But I don't feel too bad about the loss. I think week is really important for the Eagles and the Giants, obviously. Giants can't go 0-3, right?
They
and
can't.
the Eagles, you know, they've started well, but if they lose to the Giants this weekend, starting 1-2, 1-1 in the division, they're not where they want to be. This is a big game.
Well, the thing is, in the NFC East, it's not really that much exciting.
No,
Like,
not yet. They've been a little down.
Exactly. I mean, the Cowboys, they're 1-1. Eagles are 1-1. Are the Redskins 0-2?
1-1. They beat the Rams. Yeah.
So the Giants are 0-2. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
They should all be at 1-1. The Giants should at least be 2-0 right now. I don't know what they were doing against the Cowboys and the Lions, but that's pathetic.
Well, you got to beat the Lions at home. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to fault them for going to Dallas and losing. I thought they would win that game because of show. Not too smart by me, but you got to beat the Lions when you're at home. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, because when the Lions are at Jersey, at MetLife Stadium, they have so-and-so success.
Yeah.
So the Giants should have dominated that game easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Should we get to our picks for this week?
sure. Actually, we'll start off with the first game, then the second and third, because
Yeah.
we have some different picks this week.
We do. We switched it up. And I were looking at, so we're going to switch it up a little bit. Last week, we only picked 3 games. We didn't like that. Right? And I like to sit there on a Sunday. We like to look at how many games we're winning. So then we come in on Monday. We can make fun of each other. We
Yeah.
can say, I picked more games. 3 games just wasn't enough. So we picked all the games, but we are going to highlight 3 of our premier landmark sports show games of the week.
Absolutely. All right. So, Eagles against the Giants. The Eagles are at home. John, who takes the victory?
This makes me nervous because I don't like picking the Eagles because I feel like every time I pick the Eagles, they lose. But I'm picking the Eagles. They're home. Like I said, if they want to be a team that's taken seriously this year, if they want to take the next step, if they think Carson Wentz is the answer, they have to win this game at home. I have the Eagles winning 31-27.
This hurts me a lot.
This feels good. I'm going to enjoy this.
This hurts me a lot, but I'm going to pick the Giants. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to pick the Eagles. Yeah, they're at home. The Giants don't really have much success in Philadelphia. So I'm going to say the Eagles 23-14. I think what happens is the Eagles, they dominate all the first half. They get all 23 points in the first half.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I think the Giants come back, try to get it up, but they only score 14. And that's why I'm saying 23-14.
Okay, that's interesting. I see it being a little bit more back and forth, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, if the Eagles jumped out early. All right. So what you're saying is you're rooting for the Eagles too?
I mean, I want the Giants to win, of course. That's my team. But, most likely the Eagles are going to win because the Giants are terrible at Philadelphia. I mean, they just lost to the Lions and the Cowboys. I mean, come on.
Maybe they'll give you a little late birthday present.
Well, hopefully.
It's Ant's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah. 17. I can't wait.
That's right. Next, we have a game that we didn't decide on, or we didn't pick the same. We have different picks, and we didn't agree on it. We have the Falcons at the Lions.
That's going to be a great game.
What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I think that's going to be back and forth. They are playing in Detroit, and I think the Falcons are going to have a little bit of trouble over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess at least a prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because they are playing at home, I'm going to go with the Lions. I think it's going to be a close game, 35-30. John, who do you have?
I think Anthony is dead wrong. I think that the Falcons are going to go to Detroit. They're going to be on that fast turf. They're going to score 42 points before the Lions have even got off the bus. And it's going to be 42-20. Falcons are going to destroy the Lions.
Okay. All right. I see how it is. All right.
Last game of the week.
Should be another great one.
Seahawks at Titans.
I can't wait for that game.
We don't agree on this one either, folks. We
Nope.
don't agree on a lot this week.
Nope.
It's because Ant's not coming to school tomorrow. That's why.
Yep.
All right. What do you got?
All right. So, again, the home field advantage goes to the Titans. I think they're going to have a lot of momentum going into this game. And I don't think the Seahawks have been that great since Super Bowl 49, that loss against the Patriots.
Okay.
And they have hard times sometimes on the road. So, and the Titans, they are a new young team. I think they're going to have a great season this year, along with the Buccaneers and Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to say Titans. I think Titans are going to destroy the Seahawks, 42-20.
That's a strong pick. That's a strong stance. So I think the Titans are getting a little bit overhyped, just a little bit, by people like you. So I think that the Titans are kind of getting a little bit inflated. I think their egos are getting inflated.
Did you just touch me? I'm just kidding.
You're not gonna put me in the rear naked choke, right?
Maybe.
So I think that even though the Seahawks, Ant's right, on the road the Seahawks are not quite as good. However, I think that they have enough of a defense to stop the Titans, to stop Marcus Mariota. My prediction is going to be Seahawks 16, Titans 9, a low-scoring game.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be low scoring, but it'll be like a close game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fairly close.
Okay.
Because I think the Titans are good. I think they're getting a little overhyped.
Okay. I see how it is.
So there's our picks. Eagles, Falcons, Seahawks for me.
Eagles, Lions, Titans for me.
What, any other games you're really looking forward to this weekend?
The Cowboys against the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah. I forgot where they're playing at.
I think they're in Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, it's home field advantage, but I am going with the Cowboys. I think they take that game easily.
Yeah, me too.
I think the Cowboys are going to take it easily. I think it's going to be 42-7.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah. Because the Cardinals aren't that great. Let's face it. They're not that good. I don't know what happened to Palmer, man.
He got old.
He's out of his prime.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Brees is 38. Yeah, he still has an arm. He has a bomb of an arm.
Yeah, we'll see how they do this week. Wasn't that was one we were different on too? I think Saints Vikings, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Should be a fun weekend of football action.
Yep.
We both have a long weekend. We're off Thursday, Friday. Ant has an extra long weekend off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And that's it for this week.
Yeah, that should be it. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to tune in this weekend for NFL and have a great week.